Welcome to 10. I'm Shauna Dorsey, the Executive Director of the Nebraska Tech Collaborative, and at this point in time, Interim Executive Director of Intern Nebraska, powered by Exarban. I am co-hostless, but I got this, and I'm with my guest, Alan Wang, with the CEO, President of Prairie STEM. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Shauna, for having me here.
Yeah, so quick rundown of the format, 10 minutes, unedited. That's pretty much it. So tell us about yourself. Why are you working on this?
I am a person who has been dedicated because my kids wanted something that they didn't have in their schools. The story is there was this crazy stay-at-home dad whose kid wanted to do robotics. They didn't have it in their schools. So we ended up starting a small group that consisted of my kids and their friends. That group very quickly got bigger. We ended up borrowing some robots through University of Nebraska, and through the kind and generous efforts of people in the College of Engineering, we were able to then scale it in a way that became an after-school club. After-school club attracted a lot of kids. We ended up writing a small grant, and then that grant ended up being open up to the community. And within the first day, we had 96 kids sign up. And within the second day, we had over 300 kids sign up. Mm-hmm. And then within the first year, we were in multiple schools. And then it has just kind of kept growing since.
From there. That's really cool. So I want to back it up just a little bit because I do know that you have a great origin story. I love a startup founder story. So you're someone who you founded or invented something, right? It's one of the, tell us the story. I'm going to mess it up.
It's everything from, it's very humble beginnings. I'm the son of immigrants. We came at a point when really innovation was at the very early beginnings. My origin story was going into sciences initially, thinking I wanted to go into research. I used to go around milking rattlesnake venom.
Really? Okay. We'll come back to that if we have time. 7 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, we may not have time for that. Fast forward to medical school. Fast forward to not going into practice, but working for a biotech company. That biotech company creating a device in wound closure that ended up being...
Did you say open wound closure?
For closing wounds.
Okay.
So things like trauma care, emergent care, those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Did not take off in wound closure. It took off extremely well in plastic surgery, aesthetic surgery. And then from then, it really kind of took off at a level where I was traveling all around the country, doing different techniques and different procedures, where that was kind of the doorway into biotech engineering. And from there, it has allowed me to do a lot of these things that I am able to do today.
Okay, that's fantastic. So one of the things I often say, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this, but I believe that the kids who fare the best are the ones who are the best connected and the ones who have like the best network. Like developing your network is really the key, and in my opinion, in life, honestly. But how are you through Prairie STEM like helping kids develop these types of networks that help them get connected to the right opportunities and the right people?
That is a great question.
I know I will say this. I did not send him questions ahead of time. I just love to just throw out
conversation,
random questions. Yeah.
So it's funny because this is something that comes up quite often. Mm-hmm. What is it that we're doing to help kids in a way that my own kids get for granted? And that's exactly right. What you're talking about in terms of network and connections are things that allow children from well-connected families go on to do pretty much whatever they dream of. What we're trying to do is provide those connections, networking opportunities for everyone, to be the high tide that lifts all boats, to be able to say, I'm interested in robotics, but I don't know what to do. Well, come and do this at your school, come and do it after school, learn how to code, learn how to program. I was talking to somebody else about their origin story in terms of their amazing, I don't know if it was accidental, but meeting with you and how you not only helped change their life through code school, but also everybody that has now come to follow through his impact. And so it's one of those stories where, you're this singular person that has made a difference, not just in one life, but many lives. And it's more than just first degrees. It's gone on to second, third degrees, where that domino effect, this ripple of excellence, has gone into everybody that you've been in contact with.
Well, thank you for turning this into a compliment about me. That wasn't what the intent, y'all, I promise. But I will say that one thing I have noticed in my own life is that the connections make the difference. And so I was like, what can I do in my short time I have here to be an amplifier of such things and then help other people be better at that? Because I think the better each of us are at that, the better this community will be, versus like, well, I'm the only person who's really good at this thing and I'm the only one, and all that kind of, that is very limiting. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it is limiting if you don't have it, which is why.
By the way, I just want to say real quick, this is what happens when I don't have a co-host. I have a lot of filler. I'm so sorry, but go on, please.
No, don't apologize. It's great. And this is why it's great to be in this community at this time. Last night we got to go to an amazing event.
Yeah.
Beyond the content and the celebration of the people in the tech community, it was this amazing event put on by AIM Institute at one of the best venues that I've ever been to in the
incredible. I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a car person, and I am thinking about it.
I am a car person, and it was like walking into a dreamland.
Yeah.
And it's one of these things that, you felt like literally a kid in a candy store as an adult. And then to start making those connections in your head of, wow, what can we do to not just experience this for ourselves, but I wish I could have brought my kids. I wish I could have brought my friends. I wish I could have brought everybody to see this amazing, not just place, but the energy that was in that room.
Right.
And the platform that's been created where now you're promoting that network. Now you're promoting that excellence.
Yeah, for sure. And then to see these kids who are building their own networks is so fantastic and so important. So then it's not like one person doing all the heavy lifting and saying, I'm going to connect y'all. I'm going to be like the savior or the person who fixes the thing. It's like we actually all need to play a part. So I'm glad that you're of that mindset. So with the bit of time we have left, I do want to use this 2 minutes for you to share with us, and I'll pepper you with questions if needed. But what can Greater Omaha do to support Prairie STEM?
So we are at an inflection point. And it's one of these times where, as with all nonprofits, it's always about finding the support that we need to continue the work that we do. There's a lot of great stakeholders in the community that have really supported strongly the work that we've done and are continuing to do. I think where we struggle is being able to share the story. And it's the story of a fourth grade boy named Perlo, who created a small business selling empanadas in a box through our Omaha Children's Business Fair, and did this amazing presentation, amazing pitch to the community, where within a very short amount of time, this kid whose sister was in our Girls in STEAM program, and he couldn't be a part of it because he was a boy, decided he's going to start this little business, and ended up just literally blowing it out of just did such an amazing job. His story is magnified by all 150 kids that are in that building. The girls in our Girls in STEAM program, each one of them have their individual stories where, we have a young girl with a disability who has gone to every Girls in STEAM event and has now gone on to being part of a team that is helping other girls. And it's this giving back. It's them creating their own networks and their own value and seeing themselves in the way that we see them.
Right.
So it feels great being able to connect those dots. It feels great being able to be in a spot where you're helping with that platform.
So the more our business community can help you do more of that, the better.
Absolutely.
Okay. And that's like dollars and people?
That's dollars. Time, talent, treasure.
Yep. Okay. Time and talent. Well, sorry, treasure. All of those are important. Okay. You know what? I was trying to make it simple, but you're right. Time, talent, and treasure.
Yeah. Yes. And that's something that helps. This is one of the most philanthropic communities that I've ever been in. And when there's a need, people step up.
They do.
The need right now is great. And it's specific to this pipeline for technology workforce development.
Yep. Great. Well, so great to have you here. And Nice to learn more about you always. Every conversation I'm learning something new. So thank you.
Thanks, Shauna.
Yep.